oh, give me that ooh, 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 give me that ooh. I'm never gonna stop. I'm never gonna stop. Na 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 na. Ready or not, ready or not. I'm never gonna stop. Na 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 na. Ready or not, ready or not. I get what I want. Na na na. I do what I please. Na na na. I'm never gonna stop. Na na na. I get what I need or not. Ready or not, give me what you got. Give me that na na na. Some of that na 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 na. I'm never gonna stop. Na na na. Break on. Ready or not, ready or not, ready or not. Ready or not, give me what you got. Give me that thing, some of that ooh. I'm never gonna stop till I break on through.
Well, hello and a very, very warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining us. We are here at the home of Bentley in Crewe, and we are ready to catch up with the Bentley board and to find out what the next steps are for the company. Our studio today is the Excellence Centre for Vehicle Finish, and this is where the extraordinary Bentleys of today and tomorrow roll off the production line. A little house note right now, just to say that if you are watching with BentleyMotors.com, then we have got a Q&A session at the end, so please get your thinking caps on and come up with some questions for us for later on. If you are watching us through LinkedIn, then unfortunately that service is not available to you today, but everybody is very warmly welcomed. And we will start by having a chat to our chairman and CEO, Adrian Hallmark. Hello, Adrian.
Hi, Vicky.
Could you very kindly recap for us the Beyond 100 strategy?
With pleasure. It seems like yesterday that we kicked this off, but it was actually November 2020. And quite simply, it is the boldest strategy of any of our competitors and one of the most progressive in our industry. And in simple terms, it's the reinvention of every product, all of our technologies and our factory over an 8-year period to become completely carbon neutral and to have 100% battery electric vehicle offering by 2030. So bold and ambitious plan, first luxury brand to commit, and we aim to be the first to get there. For us, it's really important that we do it with our customers, but more about that later. It's about redefining Bentley as a benchmark, not just for our cars, but for sustainability as across the whole scope of our operations, and all achieved from a UK manufacturing base.
Now, talking about a decarbonised future, you've already had an incredibly busy day. Can you tell us what you have been explaining and talking about already?
Absolutely. So today's been one of the most significant days in Bentley's modern era, in fact. We've announced the first battery electric Bentley will be produced in late 2025, and it will be produced here at Crewe, the birthplace of many a car since 75 years. And just like the GT in 2003 was a game changer, a segment shaper and segment former, we don't just aim to build a first Bentley as an electric car, we intend to create and shape a segment too. So it's bold, it's a beacon of light really for the town, for the colleagues in the company, for our business partners and dealers, and of course it's a great signal for UK manufacturing, and it's a crucial step on our Beyond 100 strategy.
So you are already on that journey to Beyond 100. How has the first complete year been? How would you describe it?
I think unpredictable is the favourite word. We said last year we're cautiously optimistic about our potential in 2021. But let's face it, we overcame the aftermath of Brexit and the supply disruptions that could have caused. We certainly overcame COVID and had no internal transmission and kept our team safe at all times. We managed the semiconductor crisis with huge help from the Volkswagen Group, and we were also able to deliver record sales, record quality performance, a huge forward order bank, some 30% bigger than we started the year with, which was already a record, and although we can't talk about them yet, record financial returns. So we had a great year. It's our second year of sales record, double-digit growth, every model, every market, and fantastic results. And it's a testament to the operational excellence that we've achieved, the financial discipline that we've now regathered, and really encouragingly, and linked to Beyond 100, 20% of our Bentegas were hybrid last year. And bearing in mind, it was only launched in the first quarter, and Bentega is already 40% in total, 45% of our sales. So this is a great symbol, and we're looking forward to the same kind of response to the Flying Spur Hybrid, which we've launched this month.
When it comes to the commitment for Beyond 100, how have things been and how are things looking for the future?
So it is the biggest transformation in our history, and we don't underestimate the scale of challenge that we face. But we are all totally committed. And whatever we've been through, be it COVID or the semiconductor crisis, it hasn't weakened our resolve to achieve 100% BEV by 2030, 100% carbon neutral by 2030 in a dream factory with a dream product range. In fact, if anything, it's reinforced that ambition.
That's great to hear, thank you. Let us delve a little bit now behind Beyond 100 and look at the products. And Matthias, can you tell us about those, please?
Yes, Vicky. Yes, as Adrian was saying, I think last year was a very successful year. We had a lot of, or some product launches, all fascinating, exciting Bentleys, and we had two plug-in hybrid. One is the Bentayga plug-in hybrid and the Flying Spur plug-in hybrid. And both cars are absolutely shows that our strategy is the correct path. The customer likes that car. They give the customer the feeling of a real GT, of a real Gran Turismo, but with a not restricted range, with all the characteristics, but with the ability to really reduce fuel consumption and CO2. And with our own test, and we see with a typical driver profile, we can reduce that by 50 to 60%. And therefore, it's absolutely our path to electrify more the cars in the future. Every product lineup will have a plug-in hybrid version by 2024. Then towards the end of the decade, it will be all electric. But it's not only about powertrain. For us, very important also is material. Bentley stands for outstanding craftsmanship in the interior, and we are looking really for sustainable material. And just one example is we joined recently as the first OEM the leather working group in order also to be there absolutely on the leading side with sustainable leather, with sustainable materials in the inside.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's really absolutely the right way, and we are continuing on that.
Now, of course, as well as sustainability, you need to have a look at sales. So, Alan, how good a start have things been in that department to the Beyond 100 strategy?
Well, I think quite a fantastic start. As Adrian was saying, we had a record year last year, and we've never sold as many Bentleys as we did in 2021. But, you know, for us as a luxury brand, actually, the volume as such is not the most important. We're not so much talking about quantity, but more about the quality of our sales. So for any customer, buying a new Bentley is really an extraordinary thing, and it should remain an extraordinary event. And I can reassure anyone interested in buying a Bentley, in a worldwide car market of 70 million cars, our less than 15,000 Bentleys last year remains a very exclusive volume, and that's the way it should be, because we really want the fact of buying a Bentley to remain something extremely exclusive. But at the same time, and that's the beauty of a luxury brand, even though we have this exclusivity, we are a very renowned and very well-known brand across the world, and that allows us to sell cars everywhere in the world and to have a very balanced regional presence, with our main markets being China and America. And so we don't really rely on one region to reach our volume, and that, I think, is something that is very important to us. But again, Beyond 100 means we will become the benchmark in the luxury car market, and that means not only in terms of volume, but especially in terms of the whole customer experience.
And how does Bentley's acceleration to sustainability translate with the customers?
Well, actually, you know, with Beyond 100, we are answering what our customers are expecting. We see a new generation of luxury car buyers, a new generation that is very much concerned about global warming, and a generation that is only buying brands that are really in an authentic way committed to sustainability. So that's why this commitment in Beyond 100 for sustainability is very important for us to remain a modern and desirable brand worldwide. And that's what our customers expect. We know the majority of our customers today already, when they project themselves to 2030, they imagine buying and driving an electric car. So we're actually answering their expectation by providing, as Matthias was saying, all our range as a plug-in hybrid or BEVs by 2026, and then the whole range being fully electric by 2030. So even our electric Bentleys will obviously remain true Bentleys with the full experience of craftsmanship and innovation that every Bentley is providing. And for that, we can rely, of course, on the skills of the people working here at the Crewe factory.
Yeah, there have been remarkable strides in sustainability here in Crewe, and I have noticed it over the last 18 months to 2 years. Absolutely phenomenal. Peter, how has this all been achieved?
Yeah, Vicky, you're right. We're really pioneers in sustainable luxury cars. And that's not only because a Bentley is forever, with 80% of all Bentleys still on the road. Also, we as the Bentley board have made a firm commitment to sustainability, not only because we want to slow down or stop global warming, because also, as Alain just said, our customers take very conscious decisions. And this is why we're committed to go end-to-end carbon neutral over the whole value chain until 2030. And of course, we're doing this already today. And many of the customers who are visiting Crewe are really impressed what's happening here. I mean, Crewe was the first automotive factory in the UK to achieve the ISO environmental management certification. And that was 20 years ago. So there's a really long history in that. And we've been carbon neutral for all our factory operations here in Crewe since 2018 already. Again, a world's first in the luxury car business. Plus, it's not just about reducing carbon. The environment is more than carbon. You look much further for all environmental impacts. If you look per car, we have reduced the total environmental impact for every car produced here in Crewe by 75%, by 3/4 since 2010. And as already mentioned, colleagues here in Crewe are not only the heart and the soul of the business, but they're a key part of that process. They've generated lots of ideas, especially locally, removing printers from the site, harvesting rainwater, or many solutions on the factory floor. So we've created a real movement with our team, and it's really inspiring as a board to lead that and then to make it happen, to make these ideas happen.
It is wonderful as well to see the extraordinary work that all the people have been doing. It's really commendable to everybody. And Karen, how are people getting behind Beyond 100?
Yeah, I think picking up on what Peter just said, every strategy is only as good as the people that are making it a reality. And that's why one cornerstone of our Beyond 100 strategy is to take skills, culture, and collaboration to the next level. Talking about skills, we have delivered 30,000 learning activities in the last year, and we have seen the biggest ever intake on early careers. So we are very proud of that. And talking about the cultural environment, we have rolled out our 5-step D&A, so diversity and inclusion strategy. And it's worth emphasizing for me that I'm not mentioning diversity here because it's a hip topic everybody needs to talk about, but rather because we see it's an essential business need to create a multi-perspective, open-minded workforce that can generate all these creative ideas we need to face the challenges ahead of us. And furthermore, with an employment market drastically changing, so it's also necessary to create an environment where people feel they belong and they would like to work in, so that we can attract all these talents we need. And there, in this part, we are very happy that we got recognized as top employer again for the 11th time in a row last year. So this is going to help us a lot. And lastly, I think it's also worth mentioning that we are not only looking at the bubble inside Bentley, but rather also to the outside, to people less fortunate than us. And in this respect, I would like to mention the COVID fund. We contributed in the last year to a large extent, where we were trying to mitigate food poverty or financial debt reliefs and these type of things.
I know that every community has had a bit of a roller coaster year, but how has it affected the financial side of things? Jan, you can tell us about that.
Yes, Vicky, indeed. The year was really a roller coaster, very volatile, but with a very good end for us, as has been said already by Adrian. What is important to note that the start of the pandemic in 2020, we used to further improve the resilience of the company. And from an entrepreneurial point of view, we did all the right decisions to make this company more robust. And it's very crucial to note also that we further invested in our product. So we didn't stop investment into our product development. And now this all comes together. So we have a great product line now. We have a very competitive cost base and a very favorable market environment. And this all together led to fantastic results in 2021, which we're going to hear more in March then. So we see the impact of it. What also, of course, has been very helpful is that we got the semiconductor supply through the group. With our margin, we are kind of preferred customer, if you like, for the semiconductor. So that really has helped a lot. So 2021 was a really good year, record year, and we did beat all internal expectations on all relevant KPIs actually, and we're going to continue like this into 2022. Very important is that the volume, as Alain also said, the volume is not the biggest trigger for us. Yeah, what's really important to continuously enhance our product range, our product offer. Only the right level of demand creation creates real resilience for the business. Yeah, that's really important. Then let's expect really good numbers, record numbers for 2021 when we come to that in March. And this creates a real great opportunity to self-fund the big transformation we have in front of us with the Beyond 100.
Great stuff. Thank you so much. And talking about Bentley's latest model investment, we will take a short break now, and we can enjoy some footage of Bentley's Continental GT Speed. See you in a moment. Well, that is a good summary of how things have progressed so far. Now it is time for us to look towards the future and in particular the product. And this is where you, Matthias, will hopefully be able to tell us more.
At least I can tell you something. Yes, Vicky. In November 2020, our plan was the boldest in the industry, and today we are making it even bolder. We in Bentley, we're standing in front of our biggest product offensive Bentley ever had. It's an unprecedented product launch plan, and all cars will be fully designed and developed in Crewe with the most modern technology, for sure also shared or deployed by the group. Yeah? It's absolutely fantastic, biggest product offensive. That means from 2025, where we have the first BEV, every year, 5 years in consequence, we will have a complete new car, a real new model, and that it means an absolutely transformation for that brand. And that will really set the pace for electric cars in the luxury sector. And every car will be a game changer. Yeah, we are working on the designs. Every car will be an exciting car. We will transform the Bentleyness to electrification. The car will have outstanding power, will have new UI UX concept, will address new customers as well. Expressive design language. It will be really true Bentleys, nice to drive, effortless luxury, fantastic craftsmanship, refinement, and extraordinary power and performance. We will use in Crewe the most modern or most advanced design and development technologies, and for sure, and critically, it will be CO2 neutral. Yeah? We are redefining the sustainable luxury. It's absolutely cool and cool to go for that.
Brilliant stuff, thank you. So, Alan, when can customers get their hands on more of these new models?
Well, actually today, you know, we're still the only luxury car brand to offer plug-in hybrids on our SUV, Bentley, already since last year. And now we've just shown, and we will introduce in the course of this year, the brand new Flying Spur with the hybrid technology. That's the first, something that can be bought today. And we expect approximately 20% of our sales to be plug-in hybrid this year. So that's really a demonstration of our absolute commitment for the future. We will also this year introduce a number of new things. You can be sure about that, and we're very, very excited about it. One of the things we will do, for example, is to extend our derivatives on our cars. We already have the Speed, as we've just seen it on the Continental, for example, for the lovers of speed and performance. We will extend this same kind of logic on other derivatives, maybe oriented to customers that are more sensible to comfort or to well-being. So we will have a very consistent derivative range that will be the same on every car model that we sell. So that will be a renewal really of our car range that we will introduce from this year. And then there might be one or two more surprises coming from Mulliner relating to our coach build or classic portfolio, but let me not give everything away today.
Plenty for customers to get excited about for now. And
Absolutely.
If we have a look away from cars for the moment, can you tell us a bit more about building those extra connections with the customers now being so value driven?
Well, yes, you know, as I was saying, our customers are expecting a sustainable commitment from us. And that is not only related to products. When we say we want to be the benchmark in luxury, it relates to the whole luxury brand experience wherever our customers come in contact with the brand. And for example, of course, we're looking at the experience of our customers at our retailers, at their dealer. And here, you know, just as we have here a carbon neutral factory, we are very happy that in the UK, for example, from this year, 100% of our retailers are also certified as carbon neutral by the Carbon Trust. So that's a very important initiative for us, again, to demonstrate our commitment to sustainability, not only here in the production, not only in our products, but also in our retailers. And we will extend that this year to other countries. And we expect that all our retailers will be carbon neutral by 2025.
Well, the sustainability bar has been set very, very high here in Crewe. But Peter, how are you going to raise that bar?
I mean, let's say we are a great team inspiring each other and raising the bar all the time. And yes, there are great examples of further progress building on the existing carbon neutral operations here in Crewe. For example, we are every year minimizing the carbon offsetting by just emitting less carbon. Since 2018, we already reduced offset by 80%, which is underpinned by a full business carbon audit. But how do we do that? For example, by on-site energy generation. Here on the Green Campus in Crewe, on the Green Bentley campus, we are creating our own green energy. We have 30,000 solar panels here in Crewe, and we will extend it to 40,000 in the next 2 years. And Vicky, if we stay with renewables, since November 2020, our whole in-house logistics fleet, so the vehicles which are carrying the parts from the warehouse to the production line, is now either electrified or runs on sustainable HVO biofuel. And this year, we will take a further part of our fleet to biofuels, including our heritage collection. Yeah? And just imagine a 1960s S2 flying spur running without carbon emissions. Isn't that something that's great? And another big lever on that journey is the partnership with our suppliers. We've already taken all of our suppliers through an initial sustainability rating process, so we know where they stand. And now we align them to our goal of becoming end-to-end carbon neutral until 2030. This will be launched by the first half of this year. And for the tier 1 BEV suppliers that are supplying parts to that groundbreaking vehicle that Matthias' team is just developing, we're now setting out minimum standards they will be required to meet. For example, use of renewable energy or committing to circular economy principles. And
well, you're doing this in parallel to preparing the factory for BEV. This is not going to be a quiet time for you, is it?
To be honest, today was not a quiet day at all. It was a very exciting day. It started like all other days here in Crewe at 7 a.m. in the morning, but it started with the announcement, as Adrian already mentioned, that we will produce our first game-changing battery electric Bentley here in Crewe. And that's a milestone for Bentley and the UK, and our whole colleague population who were there this morning at 7 o'clock before they started work were really excited. And there's a big buzz all over the site today, because this new dream car that we're developing, yeah, as you can imagine, it needs a dream factory. And my team, the Bentley manufacturing team, they are creating currently an industry-leading greenfield facility within our historic Bentley campus here in Crewe. And as you can imagine, we're really striving for something special. We're striving for a real high-tech facility which is encased in English brick, in Cheshire brick here. For example, we will not have a conveyor belt anymore, but autonomous guided vehicles which carry the cars in our assembly lines, and we will call them, of course, robotic chauffeurs. Yeah? This gives us ultimate flexibility in volume, which my sales colleague Alain will appreciate a lot, and also ultimate mix flexibility for building in extra options, which Jan appreciates a lot. So, Dream Factory will also be a dream for customers. Our customers will be able to collaborate with us on creating an even more personalized Bentley than today. It will be a great experience either here on site or digitally. And to deliver this, we will combine our unmatched craftsmanship skills here with new digital manufacturing concepts. And as you can imagine, Vicky, it's also a dream for the environment. Yeah, we will continue that go-to-zero journey I've described, because until 2030, we will reduce the environmental impact that every vehicle has during its production process to an absolute minimum. And that's not only carbon, that's also waste to landfill, that's plastics, and it's water. Yeah? The cars will have zero impact, will use zero fresh water in 2030 for production. Only one thing we will keep, and Karen will be happy to hear that, it's the best of Crewe, it's our people and their unique craftsmanship skills. It will be highly qualified dream jobs here, and it will give the next generation of employees a great experience here in Crewe. So a dream for the team because they've earned it that we'll bring the BEV production to Crewe. And the whole thing will not only further increase our competitive advantage, it is also a sustainable investment towards the future of manufacturing in UK. So the UK can really be a place for highly successful manufacturing businesses. And that's why it's not just a car factory, but a dream factory.
And it's full of dream people as well, which is what every company wants. And Karen, you've got clearly great backing from the board and from everybody else here in Crewe for Beyond 100. So things are looking really strong.
Yeah, that's right, Vicky. That's true. And when I came here last year to Bentley, I could immediately notice this huge buy-in to the Beyond 100 strategy on all levels. And so let me give you some examples what we are trying to do in 2020 to even enhance the impact our people can make to make it a reality. So on the skills part, we are going to continue our efforts to upskill and to make everybody BEV ready and future-proof by investing 1 million hours in these development activities, but also in winning all the best talent from the market for us. And secondly, we have been listening to our people very carefully. And over the past years with COVID and a lot of people being forced working from home, a lot of people keep telling me that they are missing on the energy that gives it when you sit in one room and you bounce ideas around and you really want to collaborate and work together. So we have used the time during COVID to refurbish and to rebuild certain workspaces. And now, with the hope of people coming back to site and COVID hopefully loosening its grip on us pretty soon, we can provide now a lot more workspaces with fantastic collaboration opportunities, with a fantastic working experience behind. And thirdly, I would like to mention that we are also going to continue our way of looking on our surroundings as well. So in this respect, I would like to mention our currently launched volunteering leave project, where everybody in the company has the opportunity to volunteer in the community or at non-profit organizations for 2 days a year. I think these are all projects that will help people being their best and contribute to our strategy.
Love the sound of that. Brilliant. Thank you. Now, of course, the ultimate aim in business is to be successful. So, Jan, how would you define that in the financial term?
Yeah, first, dream cars and dream factory should lead and will lead to dream financials. That's very obvious, I think. But joking aside, we're in a luxury car manufacturing business, so our targets our target should be clearly double-digit return on sales and return on investment in the business where we are. But the profitability is not an objective on its own. It creates resilience, we discussed it earlier, and it ensures the future of the company and the employment. And more important even, it ensures entrepreneurial independence in our decision-making, day-to-day decision-making, which of course it's much more interesting and very important. Apart from that, the self-funding is really important, meaning we generate enough cash flow to finance all the transformation we have in front of us. And it's not only transformation, it's expansion and it's growth. So, and we need to self-finance this part of our business, this growth of our business. And only through this self-financing, for example, we can afford the 2.5 billion investment into sustainable products we announced in the next decade. The transformation is really a challenge. We go from ICE to BEV. We have to develop software-enabled cars, autonomous driving. We have to create digital offers for our customers. We have to digitize the whole value chain. So the challenge is really huge we have in front of us. And the high profitability will ensure our competitiveness on a global scale, which is really important for us. It's about competitiveness in the products, but also in the services, and of course on the cost level. And only then we are able, will be able to manage the transformation and ensure also the manufacturing of future products here in Crewe. Yeah? And of course, being really competitive and highly profitable is more fun.
Well, it is definitely clear that a huge amount of progress has been made already and some really ambitious targets have been set. What are you most looking forward to, Adrian?
The growth, the change. I think we've described what we're about to go through as the third revolution. The company was founded in 1919, and from nothing it became something. And in the 20s, we went from never more than 1,000 sales a year to 10,000 sales a year and created a segment. And in the next 8 years, we'll go from 10,000 cars a year to a lot more than that. We'll tell you more about that in due course. And fully electric and carbon neutral and digitalized with a dream factory. And we'll reinvent the company. Who couldn't be excited about that? It is no question the boldest strategy that we have ever developed as a company. Probably the boldest that any of us have been involved with individually in our careers. And for anybody working in this company now, it's a once in a generation opportunity. So we're going to grab it with both hands. We've earned our position to get to this situation by doing the turnaround and making the company strong, building confidence with the shareholders, and having a crystal clear strategy of how to make Bentley even stronger and better for the future. So that keeps us all motivated, it keeps us inspired, and trust me, there's a lot more to come.
Exciting times. Well, thank you very much indeed for this particular segment. If you have joined us through LinkedIn, then this is where we say goodbye to you. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will all share a few minutes when we can just have some time to think about some California dreaming.